Man, what is up, Cowboys Nation, Canes Nation, Red Raider Nation, whatever nation we are? We're college football tonight, man. It is an exciting couple days coming up, man. It is the quarterfinals for college football. You started off with the Canes and Ohio State, and ain't a whole lot I got to say about that. A lot I could say about Ohio State. We're going to definitely get into it. But I know my man K9, he's got his Big 12 championship hat. He's representing. He's got the big game. 12, is it 12 o'clock Eastern, 11 Central?
11 o'clock my time. So got to be up and early, man. I'm going to be partying on New Year's Eve and getting up early and getting some liquid IV in the system on New Year's Day to get ready for the game.
Yeah, I'm excited to, I don't want to wait. Like, I don't know how it is with you. At least yours is early, but I don't want to be that late game. I'm glad we're tomorrow. Let's get this thing over with. Let's get rolling and just roll it out and see what happens, man. And I am just so pumped up for this game. The history with Ohio State between the Canes, we'll get into a lot of that. But, with you guys, do you have much history with Oregon? Is there much history with you guys? Or?
Not really. We had a bowl game against them, or not a bowl game, but we had a regular season game against them just a few years ago. So overall, I think they're looked at that. They're 3-0 against us. We haven't beat Oregon yet, but like I said, the last time we played them was like 2 or 3 years ago, and they're not this isn't the same team from 2 or 3 years ago, obviously. So.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of history with them, but it's funny. There's something about having a bird as your mascot that this just makes your fans
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself.
I'm not. You are the Hurricanes, though. You're the Hurricanes. You're not I get it, but you're not the Ducks. You're not the Hawks. You're not the. I'm just saying, it's something about having that. The Eagles, the Ducks, something about that just automatically makes you, I guess, want to be like a douchebag. Because I'm telling you, man, I've talked so many Oregon fans that I swear they're just idiots for no reason, just absolute idiots for no reason. So I'm trying to. I mean, I don't really have to hype myself up. I'm already hyped up, man. But I guess these Oregon fans really got to get themselves hyped up, man, to come and play Texas Tech.
Well, what's funny is I was on a show, probably our own show, talking about it, and between Notre Dame and Ohio State and their fan base, it's like now I know what people feel about the Cowboy fans. Now I know what you know what I mean? That's because they just run in their, especially Notre Dame, they run in their mouths and they got screwed and they're crying about this and doing that. And then Ohio State, I mean, they're chirping like crazy, and we'll play the game. I mean, that's the beauty of football is it gets settled on the field. Now, I'm not expecting Miami to beat the hell out of it. It's going to be a tough game. I mean, Ohio State they got 5-star guys across the board, but bottom line is they're going to get tested. I mean, they haven't faced a defense like Miami's defense, and our running game is legit. And let's see how Ohio State is in the trenches. Let's see how they are when they're going to get smashed in the mouth, because they're going to be messing with some guys from the 305. They're not going to be backing down. This ain't Penn State. This ain't, whatever, a Northwestern and all this other crap. You're playing the U. We got, and people call us, crybabies or whatever because of the whole national championship. I look back at that tape. I got an over and under. It's going to be shown like 15 times in that game. It was a blatant 5 to 10 second after the game was over call, and that cost us the championships, robbed us of an opportunity of pure legacy and the run that needed to be made. But so we don't like Ohio State. They don't like us. So we're going to settle it on the field and see what happens, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you got to be, man. You got to be confident. I mean, at the end of the day, only thing we can do as fans is fan. It's up to our team to go out there and play and to be prepared and, be prepared in the big moments. But, I think whenever you've played as many games as a team, like, whether it's Miami or whether it's Texas Tech or Ohio State or any of these teams, I think, that's why you're there. That's why these teams, that's why our teams right now are in this moment and have the chance to do this, because they've played in big moments. They've been prepared for these big moments, and no moment is bigger than the next. You know what I mean? Than bigger than the present moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow. Your biggest game is tomorrow. Texas Tech's biggest game, New Year's Day. You got to worry about the next game after the next game. So we got to take out these dudes that are in front of us, and I think Miami is got a great deal for all that everybody talked about the SEC and the strength of SEC and it's it's the toughest conference and this and that. I mean, they're 2-4 in their bowl games, looking like they might go 2-5. Tennessee was down last I checked. I don't know if that's changed, but they were losing to Illinois,
Yeah, they
and
were down.
so, I mean, the Big Ten has had a good start to their showing, and I know the Big 12, they've only played 2 games, but they're 2-0. What's the ACC? Miami's repping. So, I mean,
and the bowl games, I'd say, except for the playoffs, I don't hold a lot of stock in any of these bowl games. Guys aren't playing. You have people in the transfer portal. So, I mean, the bowl games to me, that's why, like, someone was given Texas Tech some grief saying, oh, well, look at BYU. BYU barely, they had to come back against Georgia Tech and this and that. I mean, who was playing? They're already, most of them are checked out. The ones that are going in the portal aren't playing. The ones that are going in the draft aren't playing. So you have that whole thing. So that's why I don't really hold a lot of stock unless it's the playoffs. Like this is your test. Like SEC, A&M, we went into their crib, 110,000. They said, oh, Miami's never seen a crowd like that. Well, we played there a couple years ago. No one's ever done this. And we went in there and beat them. It's the same thing with Ohio State. They say, oh, Miami, they're going back to 2001 and yada, yada. They forget we beat Ohio State with lesser Miami teams since then. But they don't want to talk about that. Miami is going to be ready. We got the skill guys. So we're going to get into it in a few minutes. But before we get started into those games, look at the Alabama and Indiana game. I mean, what do you think that one? Because I'm telling you, I think Alabama beats them, and I think Indiana's going to be gone. I have a hard time. I don't know if you're south enough. I have a hard time saying that Indiana's the best football team in the country. Someone from Indiana just doesn't sit right with me.
So I will say this about them. Just from what I've seen of Indiana, and again, we're gonna find out when they go up against an Alabama team. I don't know that they're the best team in the nation, but I do think that they started last year. They started building towards this last year, and I think they've got a really good head coach. I think they've got a good culture there at Indiana. I do think Indiana wins. I think they win. I think that their defense is going to give Alabama a lot of problems. I think they really have a great defense, and their offense isn't too bad neither. But their defense is what they're really, they smothered Ohio State. And as a guy who really likes, watching, great defenses, I can't deny that Indiana's got a good defense. I think, if Tech, we win this game versus Oregon, which I think they will, I think that's who we're going to play as Indiana. And I think that will by far be our toughest game of the year. So I disagree with you on that one. I do think that Indiana wins this game. I don't think they're the best team, but I think that their defense and Tech's defense are like parallel. I think they got a really good defense, and I think that's going to give Alabama problems. Alabama's had they've shown some inconsistencies on offense. I think that's going to bite them.
That I'll give you. The quarterback, I mean, if you're going quarterback for quarterback, there's no question. The skill positions and the experience and everything that Alabama has, I think will end up getting them. The other one is Georgia, Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss really didn't get tested so much. I mean, the two teams shouldn't even been in the damn thing. I mean, that's ridiculous. Hopefully they fix that with Tulane and was it James Madison or whoever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't even been in there. But
No.
This game is interesting because Kiffin's not going to be there. They have that mentality. Georgia, to me, that's the team that scares me the most in college football in this bracket. I just think they're a team that's they've been hot and cold too. It's been kind of weird. Like a lot of these teams have had bumps in the road. They've hit bumps in the road, but I think Georgia's playing good football, and I just think Georgia is going to handle Ole Miss, and I don't think it's going to be that close.
I agree. I don't, If I had to rank the strength of the playoff teams that are in there right now, I think Ole Miss is probably right there at the bottom for me. So I think that Georgia will probably be. I think all the games that are going to be played, I think all these games are actually going to be pretty competitive. But that's the one I could see being a runaway. I could see that game end up turning into a blowout. That's because I don't really have a whole lot of faith in Ole Miss, and I think Georgia's just a better team. And I don't really think it's all that close. So
Yeah,
I say that one. That's one of the ones I can see being
Everyone's taking Indiana. Everyone takes Indiana, so maybe it's hard for me to.
Hey, it's Alabama. You know what I mean? It's hard to picture
Indiana.
Alabama.
Indiana's a basketball state. Ain't no football. I mean, I can't.
I know, but here, you know what? I'll tell you what they did last year. They did what Texas Tech did, and they went out and they got the number one transfer portal class last year, and then they just built off of it. I mean, and they were what's that?
Where are they getting that money from? Do we have to investigate?
Now that I don't know. I don't know, man. Indiana. You know what's funny, man? It's funny that you say that though, because it's this week, man. The audacity of these goddamn Oregon fans. They're sitting there talking about and posting shit about how they got to stop Texas Tech because Texas Tech burst on the scene with his oil money and blah, 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 blah. Oregon is one of the top NIL spenders. Every single guy. This is the first year Texas Tech has been in the top 10. Last year, Oregon was in the top 5. This year, they're in the top 5. How the hell is Oregon, who's backed by the founder of Nike, going to sit there and talk about Tech trying to buy anything? The audacity is at an all-time high right now with some of these goddamn people out here. I couldn't believe it. And the thing is, we're playing by the goddamn rules, Mike. They're like,
I know.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, this is the game that is played. I mean, and this is what you do. And college football is a business. I credit Texas Tech. I credit them for going in, because what does it do when you have a good football team? Now your enrollment goes up. Everything around the school gets better. All the other sports get better. All the other get better. The money coming in. So it's an investment these guys make into the university, into the program, because it has elevated Texas Tech. I've seen Texas Tech on more shows and more things than I've probably seen them in 5 years before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Texas Tech's doing the right thing and the smart thing. And I think the teams that are complaining are the ones that are scared, because I think Texas Tech, you talked about their facilities. You talk about what they're doing, what they did in softball, basketball. I don't know if they're still good, but I know they were in there. And now you get football. I mean, you're right there. I mean, in every major sport. So that university gets elevated up to the top, and these other schools, it makes them nervous. No,
it does. You know what I mean? They had in softball, they had the number one. They almost won the national championship last year. They were in it. They got the number one recruiting class this year in softball. I really do think they win the national championship this year in softball. I don't see it. They're so powerful this year. I think they're going to go under that Nyjah Kennedy, and they grabbed the top pitcher in the portal. So now they got somebody behind her, so they don't have to just gas her out, because they basically gassed her out. But and the basketball team is a top 15 team right now. They just got a win over number 3 Duke. Gave Duke their first loss. Basketball team's been doing great, and they just it elevates everything when you're able to invest in your athletic program. And people start seeing success, and it's not just with one sport; it's across the board. So you got your football team in the college football playoffs. You got your basketball team, top 15 team. You've got softball at Texas Tech, I believe, is preseason ranked number 1 in the nation in softball. So you got these things. The women's team is now ranked in the top 25. They're having a really good season this year. So it's across the board. You start seeing that. And not only does that work well to elevate you in terms of, how people see your university, but recruits. You got these high school kids seeing it. And now they're seeing Texas Tech start to just kind of, elevate themselves in a national spotlight. So then you're getting recruits that you might not normally get. Like, these guys are like, oh, all right. Who's the Red Raider guys? And it's the same for Miami. You're in the college football playoffs. Anytime you're playing in these big games, you've got these kids, these high school recruits or these recruits to be, sophomores and freshmen that are watching these games right now and thinking and imagining themselves playing on New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day. You know what I mean? So they're looking at the Miami Hurricanes, and they're looking at the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the Buckeyes, and all these teams that are there are in the spotlight, and that attracts attention in a good way.
Well, let me ask you this, because Rick brought up a good point, and you're looking at like North Texas. They're losing almost all their players to NIL, and they'll be going to D1. Going, or not D1, but going to Power 5, I should say, the better teams. And you're seeing it, if you're a quarterback, or if you're player that may not be a starter your freshman year, are you better off going to a second tier university and making a name for yourself and then just trying to collect the bag later? Because I'm looking at it at Miami. I'm going to use Miami, and then we'll get into these games. Nick's just texted. He said, oh, shit, I forgot. So he'll be jumping in. But, you look at Miami, and they went out and got Cam Ward. They paid for him. They went out and they got Carson Beck. They paid for him. And now they're talking about going to get another kid. Maybe the clone from, which I don't think it's going to be, maybe the clone from the other school from Nebraska. They talked about him early, but I don't think that's the case. But so do you want to, like, they keep recruiting quarterbacks, but if you're a quarterback, do you want to go to a school and sit and watch them keep shuffling in guys, or do you want to go to a second tier school to make a name for yourself and then be able to call your shot of where you go and have them clamoring for you to pay you?
Yeah, I mean, if you're borderline, or if you're a guy that's not, that you don't think is going to start. I mean, you think about this right now. Arch Manning with his name, and I know he's got the name recognition, right? But Arch Manning went to Texas and had to sit behind Quinn Ewers. But you think about this: if Arch Manning would have went to one of these lower schools, these lower tiered schools, and that doesn't even have to be necessarily like a JMU or anything like that. He still could have went somewhere else. But you think about him going to a school like that. And then think about the hype if he really did well going into his second year, and then how much money he could have gotten. He could have went anywhere he wanted. I mean, I know he's at Texas. It's like, not that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying, I agree with you, Mike. I would take that route, because you could definitely come and get your bag. What's up, Nick?
Absolutely. We got one of our guests made it in. We got Nick's in the house representing the U, of course. So I told Kelly it's gonna be a Canes dominated show, but we're gonna get it.
Yeah, obviously, shout out to all the respect for Texas Tech, real quick, okay? Let me roll out the red carpet, if you will. Guns up. You on the top half of the bracket, brother. Do your job, and we'll do ours. And we can have a great conversation.
Miami.
With that being said, the Diggs situation had some things happen. I was just going, and low-key, I thought it was at 7:30. Excuse me,
right.
My fault. But
it
I'm
was
here.
Kind of a crazy thing with Diggs and
of
just
course.
real quick, your 2-minute thing on it, and then we'll get into the game.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Right. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, it was something that's going to happen. I think the Cowboys gave him enough rope, if that makes sense, to allow him to walk through the door to stay here, and it just didn't happen. I don't care about I wanted to stay and to see my family. Whatever. Charlotte brought the Camels back, unfortunately, but this was just something on the docket, and here it is. Terrible way to end this thing. It sucks, but there's a lot of changes, not just in personnel or coaching, but I think up the runs a little bit for the scene in this next offseason. So here we go.
Well, I'm actually happy for it. It's given me signs that maybe this organization is about football first, and maybe something to happen. I mean, Emmitt Smith actually came out and said before the Diggs thing, but he said this is the first time in a long time I'm actually feeling good about the Dallas Cowboys future. So maybe there's things to come from it. Hopefully it's addition by subtraction.
No,
Kelly, did you have anything to add? I didn't. You and I didn't talk about it. We got deep into this.
I mean, not really. It's this something that I seen coming. I mean, I tweeted out at the beginning of the season that this was Diggs last year with the Cowboys. Like, I think most
people. Did you
people
think it would Kelly? Did you think it would happen before the season ended?
I actually thought he may get traded in season. I thought they might try to pull a trade, actually, is what I kind of was thinking. But I mean, I am surprised that it happened before the end of the season. But I mean, I would say it doesn't surprise me after the whole concussion thing, because there was stuff that even as a person that don't know anything, I ain't heard anything from nobody. It smelled funny, right? I mean, it just seemed
Um,
like Diggs is saying he's healthy. The coaches he's a scratch. He ain't playing. He's not active. He's on the sidelines. It's like the writing was on the wall. It's like, it's kind of like when a couple, they got their Facebook and they got a joint picture, and it's the wife and the husband, and then all of a sudden it's the wife by
mm,
herself and the husband by himself, and they don't really say
mm,
anything, but you're
yeah,
like, man,
yeah.
there's
Okay,
trouble in
okay.
paradise. Maybe trouble in paradise. So
Yeah.
kind of like that kind of situation, man. So it didn't really
um,
surprise me, but
yeah, I mean,
it
there
is
was a
what it is.
poll. I mean, there was a poll involved, but I digress. I'll leave it there.
Hey,
Look,
I will say this though, real quick. I will say this when it comes to what you said, Mike, bouncing off the whole Emmitt Smith thing. I will say this, man. I'm 1,000% in on Schottenheimer. I like what he's building. I like what he's doing. I like where he's leading the team. I feel like he's developing a culture, and I feel like it's a positive culture. And I mean, I think despite everything that happened this year, whether it be with injuries in the defense, or whether it be having the 32nd ranked defense, I think they did some good things. I mean, I think there's some things that they can work off. I'm not going to completely absolve him of some of the offensive woes that I saw towards the end of the season, some of the things that I thought were a little bit, head scratcher. But I think he did a great job, and I like what he's building, and I like where the Cowboys are moving as well. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, the good thing for us on the show is that our college teams are doing good. So it's kind of made, it's kind of made me feel a lot better about what the Cowboys are going through. And I got something that I've been having a good time. The A&M game, my son was in the chat, and we had to watch it on a cruise on an iPad because a stupid cruise ship didn't have that game on for some
Hey,
reason.
cancel that cruise. Cancel that cruise line.
It was,
Damn
and
it.
then later that night, they're showing some stupid bowl game that meant nothing. It was the dumbest thing ever, but I have no idea. They didn't show any of the playoff games, but we're now
Also, Mike, they screwed us anyways. It was A&M in the U, and they had this on 11 a.m. Texas time.
yeah, yes,
Come on, we were the best. Look, everybody knew. You watched this game, the other two were dog walks.
yes.
Like, come on, man. You got to put this in
Honestly,
prime time.
I thought it was I thought that benefited Miami in a way
Is
because it
you?
wasn't that whole, the night and you're waiting and everyone's getting sauced up. That's a big place. There's a lot of people.
No,
Go
no.
back to
Hold
Las
on. Let me
Vegas.
tell you about Texas. They were sauced already there. I
You-
ain't gonna hold you. They were already sauced. I don't know if you saw. I dropped some reels on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it or not. My guy, who's like he's a A&M alum. I got some. If you ain't seen him, I'm gonna show. I'll drop you the videos after the game. If
yeah,
you ain't watch this in real time, I'm gonna drop some videos for you after the game. It's pretty fun.
no,
I'll drop
definitely.
them to you.
Yeah, and I was so tempted to go to this game at AT&T, but the Cowboys said, well, unfortunately, because you're a season ticket holder, you're supposed to have advantages to get tickets. He said, well, the college playoff, they take those over. But the funny thing is, when Bama was there against Notre Dame, we had the option to get tickets. So I don't know. I don't know if it was because it was Miami.
SEC
I
bias.
mean, Warren Sapp couldn't even get tickets, for God's sakes. They were putting him in the no. So but
Such is life.
let's talk about this game. And my man
Sure.
Malik was going to be on, but he was running late, so I don't know if he's going to be able to jump in or not. But
Mhm.
looking at this matchup, and I know we talk about the history, and you go back to 2001, and I have to always remind Ohio State fans, we beat you since then with lesser teams, so don't give me all this
Thanks.
crap about all this you own us, but educate me on Ohio State and their quarterback. They got what is he, a sophomore? He's making his first year starter. How good is he? And how could he's not a runner. So, I mean, Bain and the boys are going to be able to, they're going to know where he's at.
Mesidor.
Mesidor, how do you think he's going to be able to handle the pressure of the Hurricanes? Have you seen much of him play?
Yeah, I have. Look. I don't think the Big Ten was really that hard this year, to be honest with you. Number
Yeah.
one. Number two, I'm gonna pivot. And something I've been out here, I know you saw it, but I've been trying to tell people, and I keep getting this pushback on. I'm like, look, if we're talking about just trenches, offensive defensive lines combined.
Yes.
Sorry, Texas Tech for a second. I don't know if there's a better team combined in that realm than us. They're the highlights of number 61, All-American first-round pick right tackle. Obviously, there's the Baines of the world, number 4 first-round pick. But there's the Bells at left tackle. There's the Mesidors over here. Like, these trenches are different in that realm. And I said, I think we have the best combined trenches in the league,
Yeah.
or the nation, I guess I should say, not NFL-wise. And I don't think they've seen that yet. Cool that you beat Texas. I don't think Texas matches up with us in that realm, to be honest with you. We're just built in that realm. And I find it very funny. Oh, you only scored 10 points in College Station.
We talked about
you only
this,
scored 10. In the Big Ten, why they call it Big Ten still is stupid. There's like 20 million teams over there. But okay, Big Ten. All right. How many did Ohio State score in the Big Ten championship game? How many points?
Yeah. It was
10, right?
Points. 10 points.
Against Indiana?
Yes.
Okay.
How many they score against Texas?
Okay. We'll see. So, yeah, man, it sounds good, and doubt Beck and all that. But I try to tell people all the time, like, last year was more about Cam Ward as an offense than anything else. Obviously, I think the biggest thing about the Canes this year, it's more about the offense more than the quarterback and Beck.
Yeah.
Like, Beck, we don't need you to, use my language, F up.
Yeah.
Just, hey, don't turn the ball over. We'll be okay. Cam had to go make plays because his defense and where they were last year, too much hero ball. Beck played his part this last game. He was good.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of the recipe for this team right now when it comes to the Canes.
Yeah.
Hey, they don't do too much.
At Malachi Tony and Mike was talking about it.
Hashtag Gabos.
Do you think the only thing that concerned me in the A&M game was it seemed like they were just forcing? They were going to force him to be involved instead of kind of letting things happen. What I mean by that is Fletcher is dominating, 1 carry, 10 yards here, 10 yards, and then they get away from it. And I just don't know the coordinator. I just don't. Sometimes I struggle with them because they get too cute. And if Miami is dominating, whether passing or running, will they stay consistent and just dominate it, or are they going to try and force feed to get other guys involved? And Tony being in particular, which I know he's dynamic. Don't get me wrong. He's dynamic. He's the best athlete on the field. But I thought in that game they were trying to force it a little too much.
I think what they did was, I'm not going to say future-proofing themselves for the next game. And look, as we watched all year, there were so many misdirection trick plays, different alignments that we saw in that game. That might have been the most combined that we've seen all year.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of crazy. I thought it was like, oh, we're doing all of this. Why? But once you got to the brass tacks of things with Fletch, number 4, and shout out to him coming back next year.
Yes.
Come on, man. Oh, huge. I was already trying to get him to Dallas in the trap this year. He said, "Oh, I'm coming back." I'm like, "All right, say less." But no, I think the offensive game plan is going to be different, and I think they did certain things there because you got to play a little bit of a game and where it is and who we're playing and whatever. I'm not trying to be funny. I promise you, I'm not trying to be funny. I think the Canes kind of did all that. If it popped, cool, whatever, we'll be okay. We just don't want to give a whole lot to OSU. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It just because I just haven't seen that game plan from Miami. Forget this year, right?
Yeah.
Forget this year, Tag. We haven't seen this game plan that we saw at A&M at all under Cristobal the entire time he's been here. I thought it was very intriguing what they were doing. Of course, I was pulling my hair out live. I'm like, what are we doing? But when it was time to get to business, though, they went back to the brass tacks and got the job done. So I'm very intrigued to see how they go into this game in a neutral site against OSU.
Yeah, and really, and with I'm sorry for hogging your time, Kelly. Did you watch the A&M game or no?
Yeah, keep drinking K9.
No, I did. I did watch that game.
What was your thoughts as just an independent person? You're watching that game. I mean, what was your observations of Miami in that game?
I mean, they got a defense. Obviously, they got a defense. my whole thing, well, I'm sitting there watching it, and like I like to see. I mean, I admire a good defense as much as anybody, but I was like, come on, guys, let's score some points here. You know what I mean? So it was the offense, but I mean, A&M is they had a pretty decent defense this year, so I'm not going to sit there and act like they don't. You know what I mean? And they've got some good guys on and some of their skill position players. I know that linebacker. I can't remember what his name was. He's a really good linebacker from out of A&M.
For them or us? For them or us?
Yeah.
For them or us? Which linebacker?
No,
us
for A&M. A&M.
Okay,
They got a linebacker there that was had a pretty good season this year. But no, I mean, I thought it was a good game, and I was impressed with you guys' defense. I mean, obviously, I like watching the.
We got Scott bag tag. We got Scott bag tag. It's different with Scott. Keandre Scott is different.
But
I like it.
When you watch that, Kelly and Nick, and you look, and I hate to bring it back to our Cowboys, but it's like the intensity that these guys play with and how hard they hit, the physicality on Texas Tech,
very physical game,
and Miami's defense. That's very what physical. We salivate for in Dallas. I mean, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
no.
Dallas needs to draft guys from these kind of schools. It's nothing against Boise State.
Them Josh Rodriguez's.
I need some guys I need some dogs, man. Need some dogs.
Trust me, man. Trust me, when I watch Texas Tech's defense, and I sit there, I'm like, God, man, why can't our Cowboys play like that, man? Why can't because we do, and they got you watch them, and you literally got dogs at all three levels of the defense. You'll see them on the D line, you'll see them in the linebacker position, you'll see them in the cornerback position. They've got some ballers. And you sit there and you're like, you watch it and it's like a complete team. And you sit there and you watch and you're like, man, that's what I want the Cowboys to look like, man. But yeah, I agree, man. Cowboys there's some good defenders this year that the Cowboys could go out and draft, man, from a lot of these teams, not just from our two teams, man, from a lot of these teams that are in the college football playoffs right now. There's some great defenders to watch, come New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Yeah. And just real quick, we'll finish up on Ohio State and we're going to jump into Texas Tech too. Is they got Bo Jackson, not the Bo Jackson, but they got Bo Jackson at running back. Really, Jeremiah Smith from Miami.
Should have been a U.
Should have been.
And he said this week,
he did.
If we were there then, he'd be at the U. Shout out to Chris Ball effects. My fault.
But he's familiar with our guys, and I mean, you know how it is, Knicks, man. All these guys know each other. They want to knock his head off. He's going to want to show out to them. How do you see this secondary with Smith and also with Tate? I mean, he's a big play guy for Ohio State. They got some weapons there. I mean, I think our secondary and I think our defense is peaking at the right time. And I think Scott is an enforcer and he's another player. So Miami's been able to force some turnovers. As good as Ohio State's defense is claimed to be, they really haven't got a lot of turnovers in the secondary. I think they only got like 8 interceptions. Miami's got 14. But what's your thoughts on the Ohio State receivers matching up against our secondary?
Yeah, I think the one thing that the nation doesn't understand for us is we got, even those losses, we were kind of snake bitten with some injuries. We've gotten healthier down the stretch. Yes. We're literally the healthiest we've been all year right now, for those that don't understand that. Like, as good as we've been, and I did say that, as good as we've been, we're go down the injury list for them and us. We're the healthiest we've been. Now there is a guy, cornerback, we're going to miss, but neither here nor there. I'll be honest with you. There was an offensive lineman from A&M, and he kind of said, "We're fine here. Don't worry about it." And that's what it boils down to, our coverage on the backside. We have some good freshmen out there. Things are happening. Austin's got to block this line. And that's why I tell people, everybody hears Bain, and I understand that. But it's the Mezzadors. There's some D tackles that get busy. So, yeah, it's all about to me, great weapons on the outside, obviously, for Ohio State. However, their running back room isn't the same last year. Right, there's no Judkins, there's no Henderson. Their running back room is not the same. I'm not saying I'm not disrespecting the running back room. I'm not as scared of it though. If we're playing them last year, for us in the passing game in general, if they can't protect that guy, our cornerbacks going to do what they do. We've seen that all year, to be honest with you. And I think these guys are going to get home. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me ask you this. The Miami Hurricanes win if what has to happen?
Okay. We don't turn the ball over back.
Yeah.
Okay. And Fletcher is Fletcher. If we don't turn the ball over and Fletcher's Fletcher, I think the defense is going to do what they need to do. Give me Kane 17-13 for the dub.
Well, see, and that's what my son and I, or my brother and I, someone were arguing about the score because down in Miami, he's down there. They're all chirping in the media, think it's going to be a high score, a shootout, and I just don't see it. I said, man, it's going to be low scoring. I don't think it's going to be a shootout.
Look, I'll say this: I think who wins this game is winning the Natty. Sorry, Georgia. Sorry, Texas Tech.
Georgia scares me.
They don't. They really. They're not. They're okay. SEC. I don't say. Look, I think outside of us that are playing, the most scariest team out of us who are playing,
Red Raiders, which we're gonna get to now. So
that's where I'm at. That's no cap. No, I'm not no cap. I'm not riding over here. Nothing. Like people have to understand. Like it's hard for people in real time to understand certain things. Like Tech is different. You have to be honest about Tech in real time. They have multiple guys who are going to the NFL. Like the NIL money happened, and they said, "Oh, we're out west. We got oil field money," and they paid the tab. Like the quarterback might be a problem for them. Outside of that, they're ready to rock.
Well, that's what I wanted to get with Kelly on is your offense. I think their defense. I don't think there's any question about what your defense is going to be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
What is it with your offense? Because that's where people are giving you guys a little bit of, question. Educate the people, man, about this offense that you guys got and what you can do against Oregon.
Well, so they're working on building the trenches. I mean, and they're not quite there on the offensive line yet. They've got a couple of guys. They've got a couple of guys on that offensive line that are pretty good, but it's not as deep as you'd like, or it's not as stout as you would like. I mean, they got a recruit coming in next year. Not gonna help on New Year's Day, but they got the number one offensive line recruit in the nation coming in next year. So
not New Year's Day though.
They're helping. I mean, here's the thing about Joey McGuire. What I love about our coach, and this is where I got the utmost confidence in him that if they're busted on the scene this year, they're not going anywhere. I'm just going to tell people they're not going anywhere. They're going to be right back next year. They're reloading, and they're going to get that quarterback position figured out. It is a little bit at the quarterback position. Baron Morton, he could be a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. He is. He won 12 games, right? But the thing is that the pressure starts getting to him. He can make some mistakes. The pressure starts getting to him. He can make some mistakes, and he can make some bad throws, take some bad sacks, and put the team in a bad position offensively. He has done that at times and been bailed out by the defense, which is the thing. When you're playing a team like Oregon, who's really great offensively. I'm just gonna say they got a good quarterback. I think they got
that's how they
they're good on the they got a tight end. They're good on wide receivers. They got two really good young running backs that can hurt you, big play ability at the running back position. But I mean, Tech. I thought Tech has played. They played some good running back. They played KJ Martin from BYU, a top 10 running back in the NCAA this year in terms of what he's done. So, and they shut him down. I mean, twice. So, I think Texas Tech is built for it because on the defensive front, and that's what has taken this team and carried them all season. Is because McGuire's got a thing, and it's get three turnovers every game, and I'd have to look back and check, but I believe they've pretty much got 3 turnovers in every single game they played this year. The defense is relentless; they'll keep coming, and they may not get a turnover in the first quarter, they may not get one in the second, but they come in bunches.
But
they came like that, and they came like that in the BYU game, and it was boom, 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 one after another because that physicality wears you down. And they do. They've got guys that are on that, they've got
wait.
3 guys.
You said physical? Y'all physical out there?
Physical out there.
Ooh,
physical.
Come on, talk to me, Goose. Are we physical out there?
I'll tell you what.
Texas?
What I love about our team, man, what I love about that defense is, is just that the way that they play, like I said, I always love the physicality. But there was a guy that they were talking about the football team, and Joey McGuire comes in there, and he says, violent act after violent act after violent act. I want to see violence on the field, like, and these dudes are just foaming at the mouth, man. And then you got the defensive coordinator, and he's sitting there and he's giving the speech or whatever. It's the D-line coach actually, and he says, if they ain't wearing a Texas Tech jersey, then fuck them. Like, I love it, man. It's like, I just love that. It's that mentality to go out and just beat the dog shit out of somebody. And I feel like that's what they want to do every game. And I love it, man. I love it. So, I mean, and they've done it,
right?
12 games, tenacity.
Yeah. Texas Tech for sure has not had that kind of, I agree. I definitely agree with you, K9. That type of tenacity and things that have, for Texas Tech hasn't been there. And absolutely in spades, it's been there this year for y'all, for sure. That defense, bro, phenomenal, for sure.
What do you think, Nix, of Oregon's offense? I mean, can they do much? I mean, what surprises me, there's two things that surprise me with Vegas. One, Miami's 9.5-point dog. And two, Texas Tech is a 2.5. They opened it to, maybe it dropped down, but it was like 2.5-point dog in Oregon. I think both teams are, I just don't see either one being that, being underdogs in this game. But what is Vegas, or what are people seeing about Oregon that leads them to believe that?
I think in Oregon, for Texas Tech versus Oregon, look, for those that know about that side in Oregon, that's the reason why Vegas is leading that way. And can Tech take care of that Oregon tight end?
Who do you got, Kelly? Who's locking them down?
I here's the thing: is I think that when it comes to it, I think a lot of the people that are placing a lot of money haven't watched a lot of Texas Tech football, and they're going to find out on New Year's Day that their money was ill spent. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm confident as can be when it comes about Texas Tech Oregon, because I've watched a couple of Oregon's games. I watched that Oregon game against Iowa, man. I'm sorry, not impressed, man. They squeaked out a win against one of the worst offenses in all of college football, man. Iowa is, I mean, they talk about Texas Tech. You ain't beat nobody. Well, who did you beat? Your signature wins were USC, the 6th best team in the Big Ten, and then one of the weakest offenses in Iowa. Come on, man. Like, we went out there and beat every team we played by 22 points and above when we had our starting quarterback in the game. So don't tell me that we ain't played anybody. You're about to find out. So anyway, Jacob Rodriguez is the answer to the tight end. Jacob Rodriguez. He's one of the best. He's one of the best. Not only the best linebacker in college football, he's one of the best coverage linebackers, because the dude can drop back into coverage. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. Jacob Rodriguez.
Top 1, top 2, or top 3?
I'm telling you right now, Jacob Rodriguez,
top 1, top 2, or top 3.
7 forced fumbles. 4 interceptions.
I asked you about the fumbles. Is he top 1, top 2, or top 3 linebacker in this draft?
I think he's played himself into that spot. Yes, I think he goes. I think he ends up getting drafted. I think he's going to end up drafted in the 2nd round. When the season started,
we good, fella.
When this season first started, they had him projected as a 6th round draft pick, and now they're talking about him as possibly going into the early portion of the 2nd round, which I can see it. And I'll tell you what, if the Cowboys were to end up with Jacob Rodriguez, I would be perfectly happy, because I know what he is. Man, he's a playmaker.
Cuts in the house.
Hey, cut. My guy Cuts in the house, fella. Long term, my fault. Hey, that tumbler's on your way. We shipped it out today. That tumbler's on your way with your logo that you sent to and everything. Yo, that tumbler's on the way. You should have it in the next couple of days. Salute to my guy Cuts. Does phenomenal work. Anyways, we had to do some work on our end and ship it back to him. I got you on deck, Cuts. My wife got it. We're in the mail. Sorry.
There you go.
Rodriguez is though. What a guy.
Great player. And I mean, like I said, you take the forced fumbles away, but he's got 4 picks this year too. And not to mention that they played Dante Moore, the quarterback from Oregon, a couple years ago when he was because he transferred, he wasn't with Oregon. And Rodriguez has an interception off Dante Morgan the last time they played. So I'm just going to say he may be seeing ghosts, because here's the thing.
Foreshadowing?
A little foreshadowing.
Kid. Come on,
Because,
come on, baby.
Because here's the thing with that Oregon offense, right? Dante Moore has been able to sit back there and have some time to be able to throw the ball. I can promise you, with Romello Height and David Bailey coming off the edges, he ain't gonna have that time.
Bailey.
You better
Hold on. K9. Do this for me. Everybody knows Bailey. I heard the name you just said. I know the name. People need to be familiar. Like, as me and Tag are talking about Mesidor,
yeah,
your other edge, real quick, for those that don't know.
Romello Height.
Yeah, bro.
Romello
he's a
Height.
dog.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Snagged him in the transfer portal, and he's underrated just because of the fact, I think, Bailey and Jacob Rodriguez get a lot of the accolades and attention. Romello Height was injured. He got injured and missed a couple of games this year. But man, when he's on, and since that injury though, he's been 100% healthy. He's been great. When he's on the field though, man, I mean, he's just as unblockable as David Bailey. So you've got them dudes coming off the and. For other people that don't know, then you got Lee Hunter in the middle, who is a dog. He's a big dog. He's from UCF. Got him from UCF, and he plays our defensive tackle position. And let me tell you something. He gets penetration.
I was playing with this. Hold on, Zach. He played. He went to Florida. Rookie. See how you did that? Florida. He got somebody from Florida. See how you did that, Tag? Relax.
You know where the talent is. That's right. Now, Nick, you're a Southern guy, and that's why we talked earlier. I have a hard time. Kelly seems to be okay with it. I got a hard time thinking that Indiana, a team from Indiana, is the best team in the country in college football. I just can't. I can't buy into it. Can't buy into it. I mean, Alabama's going to beat them. You don't think? I think Alabama's going to beat them.
Tag, I'm sorry.
I think they're going to beat them.
Tag, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna still line from that. Hold on, make sure I'm good here in my polo. Make sure I'm good here in my mommy. Look, it's all about head coaching visors. That boy from Indiana said, "Google me." I win. And
he got that from Lou Holtz, though.
No. Lou Holtz never had Google. Lou Holtz didn't coach in Google era. Okay?
There's a sound bite. There's a sound bite. There's a sound bite where Lou Holtz said that.
We do not care about South Carolina. We do not care about South Carolina.
He's the one who did it. Lou Holtz did it.
Whatever. Yeah. Not in real time. Look, that man in 2 years has Indiana in the playoffs for 2 years. Now, should they have been there last year? Or debate? I think there was a team that should have been there. There might have been a team that should have been there outside of Indiana, you feel me? Because their quarterback that won the Heisman came from Cal. Now, Tag, we went to Cal last year and played that quarterback. Brother, boy, super late night, and boy, what a comeback we had to go do, if you will. But I think they're pretty good. I do think they're very underrated. I think they're going to beat Bama. I think they are. Going to beat Bama. However, I don't think they go further than that.
Yeah.
I think they got Bama in the stretch because I don't think Bama's Bama. To be clear, I don't think they're Bama. Right?
Bama's hot and cold, man. If the Bama team shows up, then
although they did lose it. My only pause on Indiana was they won the game at Ohio State, and that great defensive tackle was celebrating with the fans after the game.
Yeah.
Score and left. That gives me pause. If he played, I would book Indiana. He got hurt. I'm a little scared. I'm going to give him the edge, but I think they go no further. But also, I don't care who wins that game. It won't matter. Win the game, whatever. I'm telling y'all, man, look. Sorry, Texas Tech. Us in Ohio State, who wins? Walking. Sorry, Georgia. I don't care. I know it's disrespectful. I'm sorry. I look at the trenches. It's us in Ohio State. Whoever wins that game, Natties. We'll see.
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. It's gonna be a good game. I mean, I think Miami's gonna beat them. Obviously, I don't come here. I go nowhere to lose. I can't stand Ohio State. I think Miami's gonna beat them. It's
They
gonna be a
owe
low
us.
scoring game. I don't think it's gonna be high scoring like a lot of people
I
are
don't
saying
either.
down in Miami. I don't think it's gonna be a shootout. I think if
Nope.
it becomes a shootout, I don't think that favors
I'm
Miami
worried.
at
Look,
all.
I'm worried if it's a shootout. I'm worried.
Yeah, that's not
I'm
Miami's
super
play.
worried. If
Yeah,
we get to the 20s and 30s, I'm like, oof.
yeah.
But I didn't think that. Look, I didn't think the Ohio State game was going to be high scoring. Now, yeah, I think it was going to be a lot that lower scoring. No, I was like 17, 14, 20, 13. All right, well, cool. What do you?
But I think the wind had a lot to do with that, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Well,
because we have a good kicker. Like people are
But
looking at
even
that game and
throwing
don't
the
know
ball.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, our kicker's really good. The wind, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will. I
Pennsylvania's
will
gonna be
say
good.
this. I will say this to Indiana's credit because, just talking about defenses. We've been talking heavy on defense. Indiana, I think, also great defense. But I will say this: Indiana they do have the number 4 scoring defense in college football, or scoring offense in
Mhm.
college football this year, averaging 41, almost 42 points a game. I don't know if you guys know who the number 2 scoring offense is, but it's actually Texas Tech at 42.5. But I digress.
Oh,
I'll
Just
say
saying.
what Kelly
Uh,
you said. Who did you
Okay,
play?
now that's a great point. You know what's
I'm just.
crazy about that? Okay, now that's a great point by Indiana and Google him coach
Yeah.
because last year they scored the most 40 points in consecutive games last season ever in Indiana history, which is a testament to that program and that coach and what they're doing.
No, they've been building some.
Facts.
They've
Yeah,
been building. They've
Look,
been building.
facts.
it's just I know everyone's laughing at me for picking Alabama in the chat. I'm just old school, and I just have a hard time. I'm a Southern guy. I never want the North to be better at football
Blue
than us. I
bloods,
still
baby.
say about
Blue
Ohio State like
bloods.
that. It's just
And
it's just
yeah, and I don't know. I just think that I really just think that they have that Alabama with their inconsistencies on offense from what I've seen this year, I think
Mhm.
that does not bode well when they're playing a defense like Indiana. I don't think you can be inconsistent. And I just don't think Alabama's got the firepower to win and score enough points on Indiana because I think Indiana's offense is still going to be able to score points. I don't see Bama being able to do the same. So, not
Yeah.
saying I think it's going to be a blowout, but in terms of ranking which games that I think could be the blowout, I think Georgia Tech over Ole Miss. I think that could end up, and I think the second best chance, in my opinion, is going to be that Indiana Bama game because
Yeah.
I think that's, in my opinion, I think those are the 2 likeliest to be double digit wins. Besides Texas Tech when they curb stomp Oregon, but that's what I'm saying.
Do we? Oh, let me ask you all this. Can I ask you all this real quick? Right. Mendoza Heisman Trophy. It is what it is. Like this, like it is Bama. To your point, Tag. I know they got. I mean, obviously, bro. Indiana won the Big Ten this year. When's the last time Indiana won the Big Ten ever?
Yeah. Did
Mm-hmm.
they
You
ever?
know,
Or was it in the
is
20s?
it?
And beat
I
Ohio
mean,
State doing it.
right. I mean, this has to, which is crazy to think in real time. Like this game is bigger than the Big Ten championship game, in my opinion, because you have to validate it still. Again, you win, but the next one's the biggest win. I just think I think he's built for the moment. Maybe I'm crazy. I think Mendoza's like and again, it goes back to some of this and how we played out there last year. I think Mendoza's built for the moment, man. I just do. I do. It's not just a Heisman hype or whatever, because I know about him about prior to going to Indiana. Yeah, I think they get the job done.
No
Bama
Heisman
is
jinx then,
Bama.
right? There's no Heisman jinx or none of that.
No, that's only until you get drafted. That's only until I mean, Josh Heupel buying the orange. And no, just yeah, look in college. I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer. I don't know about next level. I don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah,
And you know what I want to say about real quick, since you mentioned the Heisman, it got me thinking. I would just say this: I don't think that he should have won the Heisman. I know people said I don't think he should have won, but I'm telling you, man, Jacob Rodriguez should have at least been invited because what he did this year in the season he had. How can you win all 3 major defensive awards in college football, all 3, and not even get an invite to the damn Heisman?
I'll
I
tell you
just
why.
call it what it is.
Because,
It's the Offensive
brother,
Player of
It's
the
an
Year award.
offensive
no,
award.
it's
It's
a
the
quarter.
Offensive
No,
Player of the
no,
Year
no, no,
award.
no.
Yeah.
It's a quarterback. It's a quarterback driven thing,
Yeah.
or even offensively. And I've been campaigning for about 2 years now. Simply this: we should have 2 Heismans, a quarterback Heisman and everybody else Heisman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or offense, or just offensive and defensive Heisman, because it ain't gonna happen. Because you're not wrong about Rodriguez.
Yeah.
What else can you do, bro? And
Yeah.
here we are.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
hell, you even had our head coach giving him the ball at running back to score some offensive touchdowns to try to get him there, man.
Charles Woodson it a little bit. I like it.
He said, "Look, I'm gonna give you the ball and let you run it in, man. We're gonna have you score some
For
touchdowns."
sure.
Yeah.
That part.
Well, hey, before we wrap it up, I do want to get your opinion, Nix, on something Kelly and I were talking about. It's really the whole NIL. Where do you see this NIL going? Do you see this path continue? Because I think the bubble's got to burst on it. And you saw Aikman. I don't know. Aikman got pissed off about, he gave money to his team, and it got screwed up. But they're 1 year contract. They're 1 year contract.
He didn't get no thanks. Look, he said, I gave some money, I got no thanks. But
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't, this can't sustain. They're talking about maybe doing contracts because a lot of these kids they're doing 1 year deals and they're just leaving and going to the next thing. And, or you just could see this continuing to grow and these kids just continue to make more money because you're seeing more kids coming back playing college because honestly, they're probably making
more money
than they're making in the pros without all the headache of being a professional athlete.
I mean, number one, the Texas quarterback got a bigger contract offer from Oregon, by the way. I know he just started down there in Miami.
Yeah.
He had a big contract and then he pivoted. It's a tough situation, because I sit here at 47. I'll put it on blast. Tag K9. If you want to put your ages out here, I think it's relevant to the conversation. Right. If y'all want to, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm 45.
Right, so I'm 45, 47, K9. I'm sorry,
I
Tag.
just turned 50.
Damn, you look good for 50, brother.
Yeah,
look at you. You look good for 50. Hey, I know. And also, Ken, I think we look both really good for our ages as well. But we don't age like remember back in the day when we were younger, sis, we were all kind of in the same realm. Us right now in this realm, our people back then didn't look the same way. Neither here nor there.
You go look at the Golden Girls. They were like,
oh my God.
My age.
Yeah. Bro, I got a better one for you. Shout out to Bane. Brother, that hairline's, Bane looks like he's 45. Shout out to you. My guy Bane looks old as shit. But I respect it. Yeah. It's weird. That gets weird. It's weird. Because here's the thing that I love about it. All of us wouldn't have the conversation without NIL money right now. It's factual. It's factual. Like, Texas Tech will never be in the position they are now without NIL money. Period. Yeah. The Canes, Cristobal be damned for a second, and he does recruit well.
Yeah.
We're still not in the same realm. Cam Ward, look, whatever you want to say about Beck, whatever. We're not in the same position. So it's tough. And obviously we want the separation of church and state, right? From professional football, collegiate football. I think ultimately it's not about these guys got agents. We're looking at colleges having GMs. I mean, how'd that work out for North Carolina?
Yeah.
They went and got one of the quote unquote best head coaches ever, one of a really good GM ever. How'd that work out for North Carolina, right? So there's a lot of figuring out how it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what I do know, because I grew up and I played for those that don't know, at 47. So I played with a Tracy McGrady. I played with a Ray Lewis. Shout out to Polk County, Florida. Just go dial it up. You don't believe me? Look at the time frame. Travis Hendricks. I played with all those guys. I also know the money that exchanged hands at times for recruiting then.
Oh yeah, no, it was done. It just was.
Yeah. So
Always.
now we're quote unquote above board. I mean, we talk about Texas is Lambeau U, right? They got the Lambeau joint. Come down here, so I don't know. I'm indifferent on it, Tay, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I've always thought, take A&M for instance, and how their stadium and everything was before Mike Evans and Johnny Manziel was there,
Oh
amongst
yeah,
others. And that stadium and how it's been built and everything was off the backs.
100%.
Right. We were in a different time of, if you committed to a team and you left, you had to give up a year of eligibility, but a coach could leave and
Yeah.
go
I
somewhere else
agree.
and he got paid.
Yeah.
So there had to be a happy medium. But here's the problem, I think, always in everything in life. It's too far this way and it's bad. We got to correct it, but we overcorrect the other way. And we have to find a way into the medium. And I
Yeah.
don't think we're there yet, honestly, guys. I think 2 or 3 years from now, I think we'll find a way. I never want to hear about a salary cap in collegiate football.
I don't.
Unfor-
I'm going to
Uh,
say I don't think there should be a salary cap in anything.
I don't.
oh
Yeah,
well,
I
I
don't.
don't believe it.
now,
I
Tech,
don't believe
I
it.
agree with Tech. I
I don't.
agree there.
Oh, all right. Yeah. You think
I
there should be a
agree
cap?
there. No,
Oh,
I agree. There should be no cap on anything, but
It's
then
cap.
it gets into, well, if you just got more money, you win. Well, dadgummit, ain't that the way of life? Either
well,
you
hey,
got the
let
gas
me
or
let
you
me
don't.
let me say this, and you're from Florida, so you may have
Mhm.
read it. How much did the Tampa Bay Rays sell for? Do you know? Do you know, Kelly, what the Tampa Bay Rays
Is that
sold
what we're
for?
doing? Are we going to the race?
No, I'm just saying
Hey,
this is a
for the
team that
old school,
that,
hey,
that,
for
that
the old
cried
school, the devil
poor,
race,
but they cried
they dropped the
poor.
devil.
They cried poor,
Mhm.
had no sal, that smallest market, no sal. They
Mhm.
sold for $1.4 billion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That ownership
Mhm.
has money. They refuse to spend it on play. That's why I'm saying you penalize the Yankees, you penalize the Red Sox because they had to pay these taxes. They are given to these smaller teams, and the owners pocket the
Well,
money. They don't go out. So that's
Tag,
why I've never was for a salary cap in anything,
watch
because
this,
in
Tag.
your life or anyone's life, I'm going to go to the highest bidder, man. If someone wants to pay me double of what I'm making, man,
Hey,
hey, I don't no shame in my game.
hey, Tag. Here's why all this shit is fugazi. I'll give it to you right now.
Mm.
Mm. Mhm. I'm a lot cigar for this. I'm sorry. Mm. Y'all know who the Dallas Texans are, right?
Yeah.
Y'all old enough.
Yeah.
The Dallas Texans turned into
Chiefs, right?
the Kansas City Chiefs,
Yeah.
right? And Schottenheimer might have been there in the 90s, did a pretty good job. Nigerian Nightmare, Barry Ward, Derek Thomas, never got over the hump, the whole nine. And that city absolutely pulled up. Like before 3 years ago, forget right now, 3 years ago, the best tailgate experience ever, Kansas City, which you
Yeah.
always heard, right?
Except for the
Fans
Cowboys keep
pulled up,
tailgating.
turned out. Mm.
That's besides the point.
Well, not. I'm gonna say not. No,
Hand to God.
hold on. Not y'all's. I'm trying to be a
I know,
part of
I'm
that.
just
You
kidding.
feel me? But no. When y'all look, 3 years. When y'all pull up, it is what it is. But just in general, in what it is, and then they finally go on a run
Yeah.
and win everything
Yeah.
up top of all time, right? Hey, super ass cold, the best. Oh, everybody been talking about it for years. The last 3, 4 years. Oh my God, that's so crazy there the whole time. And then the ownership group said, we need a new stadium. What'd they do? Y'all saw it this week?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Kansas City as well, about 30 miles up the road. I know he was in Dallas way back then. And we got out here. Shouts to Lamar Hunt. Oh, y'all don't want to. Y'all look, billionaires. Y'all don't want to front the bill and keep us here, but they will skirt and left, and
Yeah.
that's a problem. And therein lies the issue. All the money, all the support that y'all didn't win shit forever. Y'all didn't
Mm-hmm.
win shit forever. You got hot. Look, people showed up before you got hot. That showed up afterwards, and hey, y'all gotta drive 30 miles now because they're gonna foot the bill. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't like
No.
it. And that's one thing. You know what Jerry did at the end of the day? It wasn't good enough. We need a new building. Here's Bill Parcells. We did enough, and we got a new building. We didn't put it on the people. We
Yeah.
made sure we told the tag, if you will, not Kansas City. And I don't like that. I'm sorry.
No.
It's just wrong with me. And that's the problem now in professional sports. I
No.
digress.
It's all huge, man. It's just like you can't even go. I mean, you can't even take your kids to the game really anymore. I mean, it's
Of course not.
it's a mortgage payment to go to the games. I mean,
I'll
that's
tell you
just
Brother, and you got and look, and then you have the Mavericks ownership. We want to do gambling, the new
what?
ownership. We want to do gambling. Oh, we can't gamble? Well, we're just gonna ship off Luca.
yeah.
F y'all. And then the NBA said, here's your first overall pick, you give a flag. Yeah, man. It's just cooked. It's weird.
I'll tell you
Absolutely.
what, man. If there's two things, that I could change in college football right now, that I think they should take a hard look at this year. I don't give a shit how many teams you want to expand your playoffs to, but two things. One, the NIL for me is okay.
Mm, to
If
be
a player
cash.
gets with you, you got to sign it. You have to sign yourself a contract, and if you sign a 3-year contract and then you decide to break that contract and you decide to go somewhere else, then you got to go back to the old
Mm,
school way of where you got to sit out a year. You break your
okay.
contract, you lose a year of eligibility, right? Pay these
Mm,
dudes whatever they want, but you can't have dudes jump into 2, 3, 4 schools. And people say, well, coaches can leave whenever they want. Show me a head coach that's been to three universities in 3 years. That shit don't happen. I mean, a
that
coach is at
part.
least going to stick around at a place for 2, 3 years at the
Mm-hmm.
minimum, right? Before he probably get the axe or decide to move on to somewhere else. So
Mm-hmm.
these players got to say, if you're going to start paying them, then there has to be some loyalty involved. So sign them to a contract.
Scholarships are only 1 year. We got one of our educated
Not
partners in
true.
the cave. Is scholarships are only 1 year.
I'm talking about the NIL deal, though. I'm talking about where you sign your
Like
NIL
if they
deal.
sign,
No.
Because you've got Felix Ojo, the guy that just signed to Tech signed a 3-year deal. It's not a
yeah.
1-year deal; it's a 3-year deal. So you can hold these guys to these contracts.
Oh, I
Anyway,
think they should. I think
they
if you
should.
sign a
Yes.
multi-year deal, you got to be held to it.
So
If
that's the one thing. The second thing that I got, man, is take all these bullshit ass committees and throw them the fuck out the door. Take the top 12
absolutely
teams, and that's who makes
Mm.
the playoffs.
no
Just
more
like the
conference.
NFL. You already got the blueprint in the NFL. What does the NFL do? They ain't no damn committee talking about strength of schedule and who played who and who got the better conference on this shit.
Well,
No,
I
you
mean,
take the
they try to
12 best
tell us,
teams
Tag.
and you put the 12
Yeah,
best
but you
teams
got
in there.
100. There's 100
Hey,
teams. Like that's
Tag,
I don't
Tag. They
care though. I'm
try.
still
Look,
taking the
hold
12
on, hold
best
on.
teams.
I was literally talking with multiple Notre Dame fans. I'm sure you were, Tag.
yes.
And why they should be in. I'm like, we beat y'all head to head. And every single Notre Dame fan said, yeah, but that was week 0. Who cares? I'm like, brother, we beat you head to head. It like
Correct.
at any point in time in life, forget the participation trophy shit. We lined the ball up. You never had the lead. Cristobal did some dumb shit in the fourth quarter to make it look close. We beat y'all. Who cares? You can't be in over us. Talk to Alabama. They have 3 losses. Talk to them.
Yes.
Not us. We beat y'all. I don't
100%.
understand how that works.
Yeah. That's why I was saying earlier before you were on is now I understand why fans hate the Cowboy fans. Because I argue with Notre Dame fans, Ohio State fans. Now I said, now I know what they think about me. Now I got some compassion for them.
No, did that compassion tag. I ain't worried about it.
No,
I ain't
I
worried
don't.
about
It's
it.
funny, but yeah, I just Bama should have been Bama probably should have been the odd team out. I mean, that's in the chat. I
If we
don't
went to
disagree.
look,
That's where the
if we go
argument.
to 16, hold on. But if
That's
we
where
go
the
to
argument.
16, if we go to 16 teams, this isn't an issue.
Yeah, but
It's
then the
really not.
18 and the 17 team.
No. It won't matter. I promise you, it won't matter then. Well, hold on. Pause. You can say at 12, JMU
They shouldn't have been there.
and
Yeah.
Tulane.
Tulane.
So you just put in, so you plug Texas and Notre Dame, and we're good.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah, 100%. And then you take the 12 best teams. Like this is what I thought they should have done. You should have the NIL, not NIL, the NIT, and you have some shitty. Do you take the lower tier teams like the?
I like the
Tulane?
NIT. Hey, yo, Tech, I ain't heard that. I like the NIT side. You put Michigan in there because that's the best way. But Notre Dame would have went to the NIT, not the Pop-Tart Bowl. That's phenomenal.
And
that's a phenomenal talk there.
And then they could say they got their 80th national championship.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying. I think it's pretty easy. Like if you decide to take these teams, man,
over Catholics. I'm sorry.
I just hate the committee that you've got these people that are out there that are trying to tell you JMU deserves a spot and Tulane deserves a spot because this or that. We all know that they were not one of the 12 best teams in the nation.
Hey, hold on.
We know. Period.
How about
they
this?
weren't.
Wait. Watch this. Do play-ins. I bet. Yeah. So JMU has to play Texas, and Tulane has to play Notre Dame.
There you go.
Play in. And then
you can do that. They do it in the NCAA tournament.
Right. Do the play-in, right, and then move. And low-key, watch this, Mike. Low-key, put us in the play-in against either of those. I'm good. I like that.
Yeah.
Give me that play-in. I'm good.
I mean, you could do that. I mean, because now they're already talking about expanding it to 16. The problem is it don't matter how many you expand it to if you keep letting these little, Tom, Dick, and Jerry schools in to play with the big boys that just don't belong. They just don't.
Basketball. Like you can't
that's what I'm saying. And here's the thing. The NIL's changed the game even more because I don't know if you guys follow college basketball, but this year in college basketball was the first time that a Cinderella team did not make the Sweet 16. That's not a coincidence. You know why? Because there's guys like JT Toppin for Texas Tech that could have went to the NBA draft. He came back because he said, I'm going to make more than if I go to the NBA draft. So you've got these teams that there's guys sticking around to their senior year because they're going to make more than a rookie, even a first round rookie.
North Texas had a phenomenal year college football wise. You ain't doubted up right now. 75% of their team is gone on NIL deals.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're gonna get picked off.
I ain't mad at it, but y'all remember Boise State Statue of Liberty beat Oklahoma?
Yeah,
it ain't happening again.
That shit is cooked, y'all.
Yeah,
it's over.
It ain't happening no more.
Yeah.
You gotta lean in it or get with it. I don't know.
Yep. Well, Spender's gonna spin.
I was gonna share this to you guys too. Is I got a great Christmas present. It was a history of the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
All the I think Kelly got the Cowboys one.
I got the Cowboys one.
Hold on. I gotta respect. Hold on. Now we are absolutely less than 24 hours away.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you've done them, but I ain't never seen them. I have never, ever seen Mike Tag hype video for the Canes. I ain't never seen one.
You might see one tomorrow.
Do they exist? I'm just asking, do they exist? The K9, you've been with my guy for a long time over in the cave. I ain't never seen one. Have you ever seen one, K9?
I don't know, man. I don't think I've seen a Hurricanes hype video. I don't know.
Brother, I need it. I need it for the energy. I need it.
We're going to make something happen. Hey,
Mike.
I've been working on it. I just got to, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your feeling right. But OSU brings it out of me. Ohio State, I cannot stand their fans.
Late flag shit.
Yeah.
Super late flag shit. Oh my God. Come on.
No. So we're going to get this. I mean, I canceled all our events. We're supposed to have this big this New Year's thing. Everyone's coming to the house now because it's like we are not leaving. This is where we're watching this game. And I'm just telling you, I want Miami. I went as far to say Miami win this game, and I will not cry about anything else the rest of the way. Win or lose, I'm happy for Miami. I just want to beat Ohio State. I can't stand their fans.
End the year the right way, start the year the right way, right?
Yeah. I can't stand them. I just think they're
Tag,
so
pause.
obnoxious.
Look, Pat, go on, Tag, pause. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to be in the championship game versus Texas Tech.
In
we're
Miami.
going to be there. And we're all pulling up.
Yeah.
Guns
in
up.
Miami.
Using the building. And me and you are going to just sit there and duck on K9 the entire time like his account got hacked. It is what it is. And we'll see what happens.
Well, Kelly does have great stock advice. If anyone wants any stock advice,
apparently,
no. All the crypto advice go follow K9 right now.
Apparently, I'm an expert in crypto now. I just wish some of that money would hit my actual account. Wish some of that money would hit my actual account.
I think you made 31,000 today. It said on your tweet. I think you made 31,000.
Hey, look, for everybody in the building, let me tell you something right now. Look, these guys are genuine as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, the haters come in all different shapes or forms or whatever, and cannot be playing in the mud way more than Tag. But neither here nor there. Look, I'm telling y'all what, man, I love these guys. I love genuine people. And these guys are absolutely genuine. And they did this on the cusp or whatever the case may be. And it's all off the strength and the love about their teams and what they do. And forever in the day, I rock with that no matter what, man. I am so happy. Here's the things that I tell people all the time. I don't care about any type of money I get off this shit. I don't care. I really don't. I'm good in everyday life. I ain't trying to be braggadocious or whatever. I'm kosher. But I love just meeting people and matching energy. And brothers, I love y'all, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
No.
I hope your Christmas was merry. I hope your New Year's is great. Tag, all about the you. I'll do this until we play. I'll do this all the way until we play. But man, these guys are phenomenal. They're A1 guys. I know them in real life, and they're phenomenal. And you should follow them no matter what, man. Appreciate y'all guys always.
I appreciate it, brother. You take care, man. Have a good one. I'll holler at you.
No,
holler at you.
No, hey, hold on.
No.
Mike.
You're going to scream at me after we win.
Yeah. No. Hold on, though. Before we leave real quick, Mike, I just got to say, man, we'd be remiss if we just didn't say there is a new Cowboys K fantasy football champion.
There is a new Cowboys K fantasy football champion, Kelly K9. But I'll end it with this, Kelly. There is so much I can say about Ohio State right now. No honor, no respect. There is no respect amongst thieves. They stole our championship in 2001. But better believe this. Bain, Mesidor, all the boys are coming for you, Ohio State. You understand?
Gavos!
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Game ain't built on 17. Let's go.
Get that quarterback after Bain and Mesidor knock his ass to the ground. Can you hear that, Kelly? That's the medics wheeling in the carts. Very shortly, the Canes kick ass. Now, can you dig it?
Let's go. Oh, yes, sir.
There we go. Asking ye shall receive.
Hey, yo, Gabos, game ain't built on sympathy. Hashtag it. Let's go. My God.
All right, man. I got to roll. I know you guys got to do Happy New Year. Let's get it done. Canes, Red Raiders. We're going to get this thing done. Everyone else in the chat, appreciate you hanging out with us, man. We'll see you guys. All right, see you.
Peace.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.